this together before we get started. Who did I stop at? Did I pick on you yet? No, I haven't. One time, but I know I haven't then. Okay. I'll let you choose. Would you like to start with the vertex or the quadratic form? Would you like to start with, please?
Vertex.
Vertex sounds good to me.
Okay. Thanks, buddy.
Okay. So, do you recall from yesterday what the first step was for finding the vertex? Do you recall?
I remember I heard practice this morning, so no. I don't know that.
Okay, that's okay. We can do it next time. Okay. All right, Andy, do you recall from yesterday the first step, by any chance? You may look back to your notes, that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, you take the two
Yes.
and then
Yeah, by both of them, right? Right, so what I did there, and we did this yesterday as well, is that the first two terms were divided by 2, divided by the number in front, okay? I want to call you Bailey, that's not right. Paula, what's the next step do you recall, please? It's okay, looking at your notes is okay, there's nothing wrong with that, that's why we take notes. It's not going to be locked away forever. Okay, you're doing something with this.
With what?
The -2.
Yes.
All right, Jordan, want to help her? It's always divided by 2. Okay. Evan, I'm going to pick on you to show off your tremendous math skills. Are you ready? -2 divided by 2 is? Uh-oh. Sorry? -1, but yes. And you're getting the hard question of the day. What's -1 times -1, please? Good. Okay, we did this yesterday. Okay, it's the same thing with no fractions today. Okay, it's the same idea. Jake, great. Happy birthday, first of all. Secondly, do you remember what to do next?
Oh, you're integrating the equation.
Yes.
Positive and negative.
Yes. So we're going to, I'll write it down here, put the box term into the equation. So it's going to be 2x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 1 minus 9. Okay, so I had to do plus and minus because I only really want this. Okay, but the -1 I have to put in there because subtract. Sorry, go ahead, 1 and 2.
Okay, so what just happened? So we took.
So this box term here,
Yeah.
I just put right here and right there. Okay. So I do plus and minus for this.
Okay.
Karen, go ahead. Your question?
Yeah, it's just bugging everyone else. You can totally get that.
Is it bugging you guys?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, perfect. Remember tomorrow what you eat for breakfast, please. It'll make you feel better, okay?
Okay.
All right, sorry, that was enough of that. All right, Kai, you're up. Do you recall what you want the next step?
You put -1 inside by multiplying by 2.
Very good.
It's always the negative that goes outside.
It's always negative that goes outside. I probably should have started with this example yesterday. Does this make you feel better about creating the square? There were some fractions last night, though. Yes.
I have an idea. I think we should have Carrie give this class because the last period of the day, and I'm super tired.
I'm going to pause. I know right now. Okay. Now, Mrs. Cassidy, if you're listening to this, you'll know why I'm pausing this. Where's pause? Here we go. Nope. All right. To finish what I stopped there, stop the Kai here. I want to call you Lucas. Is that correct, Lucas? What's my last step here to recall from yesterday? Not really, or yes?
Isn't it something with, when we divided it by two?
Yeah, it's something with this, it's this number right there we're gonna use, so it's gonna be, and that goes inside the bracket, so it's gonna be equals 2 bracket x minus 1 squared minus 11.
Why did you put the negative 2 outside of that?
Because 2 times negative 1, right? I had to get the negative outside, so I multiplied negative 1 here by 2. This part or this part?
Just the one.
Do extra.
So the negative.
That work, it's always going to be the same as this one. If you wanted to factor this, you could say what multiplies to 1 and adds to negative 2, and that's going to be negative 1 and negative 1. Right? But the easier way to do it is just to go right to here. So I just factored it. Yes.
So if the answer was a negative, will it ever be negative? Or when you like do the box with the box term, will it ever be negative?
No, because you're squaring it, right?
Okay.
Because you're always squaring it. So it's always like,
Okay, second.
because you have to, Lisa, just because it is, you can add and subtract it, right?
Yeah.
Just make balance. So the positives.
Put the one up, so the one up there.
This one? Or this one?
That, yeah.
This
So when
one?
you put it in the bracket, it's negative.
There's a plus and a minus that adds balance. Right? You can't just add a 1 to an equation. We only need the 1. So it would be 1 minus 1 in order to get balance. All right, let's continue here, please. Regan, can you be brave and tell me what the... Say that wrong. All right. What's my vertex, please, and which way is it open? Go ahead, please.
Negative 1. 1 plus.
Yeah, 1 comma 11. That's what I meant, of course. And does it open upwards or downwards? Upwards. Okay, so we have our first point on our graph, which is a good start. Now, somebody was asking me, they don't know what form to complete the square and all that stuff. It has to be in standard form, okay? So it has to be in this form. Some of the questions last night, like 8A, I think was already in factor form. It was already factored for you. I don't know if it was or not. Foil it out, and you get to this form that you're comfortable to work with. Yes.
Isn't there something else that you can do in the checkbook that is not?
Yes, I'm going to avoid that for right now. If I have time at the end of the class, I will show you. Okay, but I just, yeah, okay. Here we go. Next, I'm going to do the roots or the x-intercepts. All right, I'm going to pick on you, Ian. And it's okay to pass on this one. I'll come back to you. Do you recall from memory from last year what the quadratic formula is by any chance?
Like the, negative, or, yeah, negative b
Yeah,
plus minus square root.
yeah,
Over, b squared plus.
Yeah.
or
minus 4AC.
minus 4AC, yeah, divided by 2a.
Right. Now, this is one of these equations that if you don't have, some teachers don't make you memorize things. I do. Things like the quadratic formula, I saw what you said there, please don't say that anymore. Quadratic formula is one you need to know, like sine law, cosine law, some of your fundamental identities you learn in this course. But this is one that you have to have down. If you don't have down yet, you should. And the same thing with sine law and cosine law when we get to trig. Okay, those are just fundamental things you need to know. Okay, Maddie, what's A going to be, what's B going to be, and what's C going to be?
2 is going to be there.
Okay.
Negative 4 is
Good. So can you sub those in for me then, please?
So, since it's like negative 8,
Yeah.
and then it's a negative 4, can't it just be 4?
Yes, it does switch right to 4. Very good. Okay, keep going.
Negative 4 squared.
Yeah.
Minus 4 times 2 times negative 9 divided by 2 times
Awesome. Now, I think I'm going to let you switch to decimal for right now. Okay, I'm not going to make you leave it radical tomorrow. Okay. Did your teacher make you leave the radical form last year? Like with square roots, you can make it like that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to let you do decimal today, only because we're graphing. Okay, because we're graphing, let's you do the decimal. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on some math. Then I'm going to pick on Lillian to use her calculator to give you the answer here. Okay? So it's going to be 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 plus 72. over 4, which is 4 plus or minus the square root of 9, no, what is that, 88? Over 4, so x equals something over x equals something. Lane, can you show up your calculator skills, please, and tell me what 4 plus the root of 88 divided by, and everyone else, your 4c. This is why it's good that you came across it. That's good. So you do, well, I would probably do it as the square root of 88 equals, and then plus 4, and divide by 4. So everyone's just going to make sure she gets the right answer, no pressure. Okay, right? So just make sure, try it yourself and actually do it so that, so you guys are the ones that have to do this.
I got error. We have another try.
Okay.
You have to do it 2 times, right? Like 4 plus the square root and then 4
2
minus.
decimals. Yeah, 2 decimal places because you can't be more accurate on paper. Oh, we're stalling.
I got an answer, but I still don't think it's right.
So I would do it something like this: 4 plus the root of 88 equals,
I gotta do.
and divided by 4 equals. That's how I would do it.
That's 3 point. What you said? 2 decimals.
Yes.
So 3.335. I guess it rounds up.
Okay. Someone confirm that for me, please? Yeah. Good. Just same with negative. So I just did 4 minus root of 88 equals. Now, if you can't get this number, please ask me and I can get your calculator working for you. Because you need to have these answers to match, okay? Because you guys are the ones doing it.
I got, let's say, 3.34.
Did you do subtract or subtract that?
No. Someone else get a different answer?
Yeah,
Negative
1.35.
Negative or positive? Negative? Okay, and most people agree with that? All right, now. I forgot to name this. Sorry about that. What coordinates are these going to be when I'm graphing? Like, what's the x and what's the y values? Yeah. So what are like what comma what?
I did this first one, and I just used mine.
Okay, somebody help. It's okay. This is. I just want to be very clear on this. Just messing people up. What comma what are my actual points on the graph? Jordan, go ahead.
3.25 from 0.
Very good.
And negative 4.25.
Now, why the heck is it 0 for the other one? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, there is no y, but this is why there's no y. Whenever you solve an equation, it equals 0, right? So it's y equals 0. Okay, so it's 3.35 comma 0. And negative 1.35 comma 0. All right. Now we save the easiest for last. Alex, can you be brave, please, and give me the y-intercept for this equation? Or write the equation if you need it here. That's okay. So what's the y-intercept going to be here? Well, if the x-intercept's the y of 0, right? So for the y-intercept.
The x-intercepts of the
That's okay. No problem. No problem. Okay, so somebody help me here. That's okay. Here we go, guys. Stay with me here, please. Stay with me. Stay with me. Mackenzie, go ahead. You can just go right to negative 9. Technically, what I'm doing is this. You can just go y equals negative 9. You don't need to show any work. As a point that's going to be 0 comma negative 9. I'm going to write my vertex here too. I'm going to graph this. Okay, now, before I continue, I would like you to do this on graph paper. Can somebody please borrow, is somebody not in graph paper? Oh my goodness, all 7 of you are going to have to make friends very quickly. You know what I mean by that? Turn to your neighbor and say, please, I borrow a piece of graph paper. Say, cool, you guys can tell them. Tell them what that's tell them whatever you want. I have one. Anyone else need this?
Are we comparing that?
Yeah, we are.
Your things.
I think I have mine there. I think it's
Sorry, guys. Okay, so while I'm taking a long time finding this, if you guys can just graph those 4 points on your graph. Okay, you guys are in grade 12. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. I am a stickler. I want to see X and Y axis. Where's my graph? I don't have any graph paper this year.
You want us to use the entire page?
You can use what I tell my class. $5 You may use the whole page if you want to. I tend to fold it before. I won't do this here in case you don't want me to. But fold it like this and then fold it again so you can get 4 graphs on one piece of paper. Okay, if you want to do it all under one sheet or like that, fine, half the page, that's.
Are we gonna be doing?
Yes, sir. Tonight for homework is what's going to be the rest of it.
But is it gonna be related to this question?
Yes.
Um,
Okay, I'm having a hard time. Oh, there we go.
The thing is, the bigger the graph, like if you're doing decimals, it's easier to graph than that.
Right, but you can use whatever you want to do it. If you want to use one page, that's sheet, that's fine. Okay, so here we go. A few things to note about graphs. Can I talk here, please, guys, if we can do here? Okay. So one thing to remember for graphs is the number one most important thing is to make sure all of your points fit on the line, on the graph paper, okay? So what's the y? How wide should this graph go from what to what? Sorry? Negative 4 and 4. I don't even need to go that far, okay? If I really want to, because there's negative 4 here, and then we have negative 1.35. But negative 4 to 4 might make sense to do. Okay, I'm actually going to cheat and tell you how the second question is going to go. Before you make your graph. Oh, goodness, that's way off today. Oh, that's still way off. I'm going to tell you to make your graph sort of like this, and we're going to actually go all the way to negative 11 on the left. Okay? You have to go to negative 11, and I'll show you why in a little bit here, okay? I would like you to, we're going to stickle just like if you're in my grade 9 math class last semester. I want to see X and Y. I want to see arrows on either end, okay? For the same with the Y here, okay? Now, please note the scale doesn't have to be the same on each one. Okay, as long as it's consistent up and down and left and right. Like I counted by 2s if you take a look left and right, and I'm counting by 1s up and down. And that's totally cool. Okay. Now we need to get to negative 11 on the left for part 2 of our question, but we'll leave that for right now, okay? So they're both going to go on the same graph, so leave a little bit of room on the left. Okay. This is hopefully coming back from last year, a little bit, for grade 9. Okay. All right, so I'm going to graph my points. Here we go. 0, negative 9, easy peasy. Here it is. Oh, goodness. This screen is not. I put a circle on my dot just because that's how I do it, okay? You don't have to, just to make it easier to see. 1, negative 11 is something like this. Somewhere like that. 3.35 is somewhere between 2 and 4, let's call it there. And negative 1.35 is somewhere between 0 and negative 2, let's call it there. Now, does that look like a parabola? I'd say it sort of does when I connect the dots, okay? The vertex is in your middle, right? Okay, so I'm gonna connect the dots right now. It's gonna be pretty steep. Oh, goodness. I say oh goodness a lot, don't I? And I'll call that F-backs. Okay? And I'm gonna hit pause, let you guys neaten up your graph, and then we're going to continue.
So the y-axis is scale from the.
Yes, that's